This is James Lutton for Round 8 Boxing and we're sponsored by Upton Clan Builders. And I'm delighted to be joined today with Canadian prospect, Wonder Kid, Wilkens Mathieu. How are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for joining me today. You have been called one of Canada's brightest boxing prospects. How do you handle that pressure, especially going into a big fight against somebody as experienced as Shakeel Phinn?
I handled it pretty well because I was ready mentally to get at this level. I always knew that someday I'm gonna be seen as the next prospect in Canada and the biggest prospect in Canada. So everything that's happening right now is no surprise for me.
Obviously, you're 20 years old, 14 and 0, 10 stoppage victories. Everything seems to have gone to plan. Are you happy with how your career's gone so far?
My career is going exactly how I planned it. When I signed with the Eye of Tiger, I told Camille like the first two. I was 18. I said the first 2 years I want to get like as many fights as possible to get experience, and after these 2 years, I want to start getting like in the rankings and fight for minor titles, and that's exactly what I've been doing. I have 14 fight right now, and the first 2 years was a lot of fight. I was active. I was doing like 7 fights per year, and now I'm gonna fight for my first title in my third year of being a professional against Shakeel Phinn. That's gonna put me in the rankings, like in the top 10 on the WBC.
With Shakeel Phinn, he's somebody who is experienced. He's had a lot of fights. He's had ups and downs as well in his career. I mean, do you study him in camp? Do you watch a lot of footage? Do you know much about Shakeel?
I I studied him a little bit, but I always knew who he was. It's been many years since I knew who he is. I was seeing his fight like when I was 13, 14 years old. I was seeing his fight, so I know exactly how he fights. I didn't need to watch him like every day and like every rounds and like really in details. I already know pretty much how he fights. So yeah, I already knew him before we signed the fight.
So when you've watched him, what do you think stands out the most, and where do you think like you can make the biggest statement?
I'll say that he had a good cardio, he has heart, and he's physically strong. Um, but I don't see like you don't have enough tools, I think, to beat me and um to beat me. And I think people are gonna be surprised like the difference of talent that they're gonna see. They're gonna see a big difference. People think there's gonna be a 50-50 fight, and I understand because they don't really know me, but people's gonna be surprised of the gap between us two.
The levels between the two of you there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mentioned earlier you're only 20, yet the way you fight with a level of patience and ring control that usually veterans have. Where does your composure come from?
From practice, with practice, with experience, when you're inspiring, you try to be as composed as possible to control your breath, control your movement, and with time, it comes naturally. But just in life in general, I'm a pretty calm person. I'm a composed person, so I think it reflects in the ring also.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
mentioned Eye of the Tiger management. They have guided several champions. What is the most important lesson that you've learned from working with that team?
Um, it's gonna sound cliche, but it's true. Hard work and being consistent. I have Tiger is a company managed by Camille Stefan, and he's the hard workest man I know. Like he works really hard, and I've seen the company grow really fast by working hard and being consistent. And that's when I've seen like the boxer that succeeded the most in this company was the boxer that put the most amount of work.
We've seen the likes of Artur Beterbiev, Aslanbek Makhmudov, Christian and Bealey, all these guys with either Tiger, and they are, on the or world champions, on the cusp of world championship and world level fights, and a lot of success out of there. The saying is success breeds success. Do you feel that you are most certainly with the right team take you to the very top?
For sure. I think I'm with the right team. I'm sure I'm with the right team because Camille really care about his boxers. He really want the best for them. I have everything I need. If I need something, I just ask if they're gonna give me. They want the best for me. They see my interest before their interests, and I really appreciate IF Tiger. I'll stay with them forever. No amount of money will make me go to another company because I'm really treated well with IF Tiger, and I know that I have the loyalty of them, and they have my loyalty. And it's more than just a business relationship with them. It's a personal relationship with Camilo Stefan, and I'm with good hands. They're doing a great job. They do everything they can in their power to put me in this position that I am right now. And I know they're working hard and doing their best, and they always evolve every year. Like I see them like gaining popularity, and soon After is gonna be the new top rank.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You mentioned about working hard, about practicing what you do in the ring. It's the things that happen outside of the ring in the gyms that people don't see behind closed doors. And for fighters especially, it's I suppose sparring is where a lot of the work comes in. Is there any big names that you've sparred where you've gone in there and you've learned a lot from?
Um, I didn't learn from them. I learned from me in those situations. I spar with Mbili, I spar with Basilian, I spar with Mehmet Unal, I spar with like the best at 168 in the like top rank in 168, and even Senna, the guy I fought, David Morrell. I sparred a lot of guys, Steven Butler. I can keep going, but when I spar them, it's more about me that I learn some things that I have it in me, and I can keep up with all of them guys, and they've put me in a situation that I have to show that I have to put out something new about me that I didn't know that I have. So yeah,
It's quite interesting you say that you learn from yourself more from them,
yeah,
from the places they take you, I suppose, in the ring. You know, they
yeah,
take you into deep waters, and I suppose you prove to yourself you've got the heart, you've got the dog in
yeah,
you.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, the division is stacked. I know you mentioned before in previous interviews about Canelo Alvarez holding up all the belts. What kind of path do you see for yourself in the next 2 to 3 years? I know this fight will give you a title and a WBC ranking. Is that the route that you and your team are looking at now, going down the WBC route?
Yeah, I don't want to waste time in boxing because we all know boxing is a dangerous sport. They always have injuries, and we never know like when it can stop. It can stop next year from an injury. So I want, I want to get the titles. I want to be a world champion in 2 years. And I think it's gonna be possible when Crawford is gonna leave the belts. So the belt's gonna be vacant, and it's gonna have more opportunity for people like me to fight for a world title. So that's my plan in 2 years to be a world champion.
For every young fighter, there must be a moment where you realize that you're not just a prospect anymore. When did you feel that moment, or has that not arrived yet for you?
It's not arrived yet, but I think after the Shakeel Phinn fight is gonna put me like as a contender because I'm gonna be in the top ten in the WBC. So I'm gonna solidify myself as a contender in the division. I'm not a longer a prospect. I'll not be longer a prospect.
Knowing what comes from a victory against Shakeel Phinn, a ranking, a contender, no longer a prospect, does that put any more pressure on you to perform?
For sure, for sure. But usually when I fight, when I fight, always want not just the victory, but I want to look good. I really want to look good and like uh show a nice thing. But this fight is different. Like my goal is to win no matter what. No matter what, how I look, no matter how it's done, my goal is to win because I know the task I have in front of me. So the most important thing before looking good, before making a statement and everything, yeah, that's nice, that's a plus, that's a bonus. But the main thing is to win. So this fight, I really want to win.
The first question I asked you was about being, a prospect and one of the brightest prospects in Canada. How do you deal with that pressure? But you said that you already knew this was going to happen. You knew where you
Yeah.
were going to be. So I want to ask you to just visualize this next fight against Shakeel Finn. What does the perfect fight night look like for you? Not just in the ring, but from the walkout to the final bell.
How it's gonna look?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be my moment. It's gonna be my night. I'm gonna go in there, do what I have to do, show the world that I'm not just a prospect and I'm the real deal. I'm not just talk. I'm not just a hype job. I'm the real deal, and I'm world class level. I'm gonna show the difference of talent between me and Shakeel, and I'm gonna have the two belts on my arms.
You just said then, Wilkins, that this is your moment, and then a smile appeared on your face. Just
Yeah.
obviously thinking about this victory obviously excites you. Just how, I suppose, how excited are you for this and the next chapter of your career?
I'm really excited. But I'm not. I will not lie to you. I'm nervous because I realize like how big is it for me. It's a big step for me that is coming, and I want to be able to get that test. But I know inside of me that I'm gonna get it. But I just want to be satisfied with myself and have the victory. And I'm excited to see what's gonna go next because I think after this fight is gonna be crazy. Like I'm gonna go after the big names, and like it's a new chapter. It's gonna be a new chapter of my career. You know.
You mentioned you're going to go after the big names after this fight. You'll have a world ranking. Who do you want? Who do you look at and think, I can beat them? Your
I
style works well against them.
I was for sure, if we talk about the champions or the one that are close to be world champion right now, I'll say like Hamzah Sheeraz and all that stuff. But realistically, like the next step, I was talking about it like yesterday with my coach. But I think a good name for me that would like certify myself worldwide, like people's gonna know me, is Gabe Rosado. If I can get a fight against Gabe Rosado, who just came back from boxing, from retirement, and I think if I can beat him, it's gonna solidify me, like my name is gonna be known worldwide.
So,
But first of the first thing is Shakeel Finn, and after we're gonna see.
so Shakeel Phinn, Gabe
Yes,
Rosado, Hamzah Sheeraz, the dream route.
yes, yes, yes.
Love that.
I'm the Shiraz, and yeah.
You said to me 2 years' time you want to be a world champion. Talk to me about after that, when you've achieved the pinnacle, that's what everybody wants to do. What next? What is there left for you to achieve? Will you see yourself going through divisions and be a multi-weight world champion? Do you see yourself unifying, undisputed? What's your plan?
I always said, even when I was young, I said, me, I'm gonna retire at the top. I'm gonna retire when I'm in my prime, and people's gonna say like, "Oh, you retired too soon." Like a bit like Khabib. That's my goal because I don't want to let boxing retire me. I don't want to say like, "Oh, okay, I can't do it no more. My body doesn't let me no more." I don't want to reach that level. I want to be to able. I want to be able to retire when I'm at my top. I feel the best, and I'm in the top of the world. And now I retired, and I'm gonna feel good. Yes, maybe I'm always gonna say like, where could have go, like how far could have go, but I prefer to saying that like how far could have been going than just having rest to stay too long in this sport, you know.
Let's say,
So I want to retire by the age of 26.
okay, that's what I was going to ask. So it all goes to plan. By the time you're 22, 23, you'll be world champion. So retire by 26, ideally for you.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of fighters fear retirement and they worry about walking away and they can't walk away from the sport. Does it not worry you to retire, especially at a young age, or what's your plan for after boxing?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that because I'm not just a boxer, you know. I know a lot of people know me as a boxer, but I'm before being a boxer, I'm Wilkens Mathieu. I'm a person, and I have other interests in life than boxing. And there's so many things in life than boxing. You know, a lot of boxers like boxing is everything they have. This is their life. I don't have that. I have a family. I have a head on my shoulder. I can start a business tomorrow, and I know it's gonna succeed. Because everything I put my mind to in life, I'm gonna succeed in it. Like in boxing, in business, in every aspect. So I'm not worried about that. I think I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna open a business. I don't know why. I don't know what yet, but yeah, I'm not worried about that. I want to stay in the boxing world. Of course, I would like to open a management company. Um, like maybe have a podcast and do like interviews and be a analyst, boxing analyst. I don't know. I have many plans, but I'm not worried about. what I'm gonna do after boxing. I think there's a lot of things, and I'm a big fan of fishing. So maybe I'm just gonna rise into the sunset, buy a boat, and just fish.
I love that. So 6 years time, we'll get you on here. We'll start a podcast together. And we'll go around the world
Yeah,
interviewing boxers.
yeah.
In that case, and last question from me, Wilkins. You said there, obviously, there's more to your life than just boxing. You mentioned fishing. You love fishing. Talk to me about what you enjoy most in life. What are your pleasures away from the gym and away from boxing?
Fishing by far. I love fishing. I love fishing. When I fish, I like. I'm in a zone when I cannot explain with words, but I really like the feeling when I'm fishing on the boat. Like it's really calm on the lake. I'm just fishing, and I don't think about the future. I don't think about the past. I just think about the present moment, and I enjoy like the sound of the birds, the rise of the sunset. It's just beautiful. I love it.
Is that because it's the complete opposite to boxing?
Maybe, but I started fishing before boxing, so I don't know. I don't know where it came from because I don't have any like my father is not a fisher. I don't have any fishing men in my family, so I'm just the only one that started. But I love it.
Fantastic. Well, Wilkins, I
Yeah.
want to thank you very much for your time. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you. And it's nice to get to know Wilkens Mathieu, not the boxer, but the boxer also, the boxer and the fisherman.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Best of luck for your fight.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.